Good morning, neighbors. This is Ed here with eTrailer.com, and we're taking a look at our Hollywood Racks Destination 4-bike carrier on the back of our 2023 Jeep Wagoneer L. So the Destination is a 4-bike carrier that is a frame mount style. The frame mount, you're going to have a center mast that makes contact with your frame, as well as two straps that secure your front and rear wheel. If you have a carbon fiber bike or a bike that's a step-through frame, or maybe even a kid's bike, generally these guys aren't the best options. Going with a wheel mount carrier may work well, but if you have a bike that's 35 pounds and under and a maximum wheelbase of 48 inches, this guy will work for you. And also keep in mind that your trays for your cradles here will support up to 3 inches for your wheel width. So if you have a fat tire bike, this wouldn't be the best option for you. Now the Destination, I think, is a great value to carry 4 bikes at the same time. But you know, it does require a few different contact points, and there's a lot of knobs that you're going to have to twist. So when I take my bike off my carrier, I always leave that center mast on last to give me additional support while I push the gray lever and slide the strap through. So let's get that out of my way. I'm just going to tuck it underneath and do the same on the front wheel here. Just slide that guy out. There we go. It's working with me. And we're going to hold the frame, press the same gray lever, and work out that strap to get it off the frame here. And just to give yourself additional clearance on here, you can take the wing nut at the base of the mast, twist it to release this hook that's holding your mast upright. And see, I'm doing it all with one hand, so it works out. There we go. And then we'll be able to get the mast out our way so we can remove our bike from the carrier a little bit easier. All right, and now that we removed our bike, we're going to secure our mast to the carrier here. I like to take my cradles and kind of get those guys out the way by putting the straps back through them. And keeping those straps out the way just makes it easier for the stow it away. And I just use the strap for the front and rear, the front or rear, depending on the direction, to secure the mast to the carrier. So let's take a look at some of the dimensions on this guy. So it looks like here we're going to have a 3/4 inch anti-rattle bolt securing the 2x2 inch shank to the back of your vehicle. As far as the distance that we're adding, sliding in here, we're coming off from the bumper about 6 inches on the Wagoneer L and adding overall about 41 inches from the rear. And as far as your ground clearance, you're right at 31 inches. So something to keep in mind also, once you load up your bikes, if you have 4 bikes that are about 40 pounds each, you may experience some settling with the suspension that may lower your rack, but in general, you have some really solid ground clearance under here. So let's put this guy in the fold away position and see how it affects the back of our vehicle. So over here, we have a single knob that we're going to twist out. It's threaded and it comes with a pin and clip. And we're just going to lift up here and then re-secure our carrier using that same pin. Really handy. It's not like a lot of instant buttons or levers, a lot of knobs to twist, but really easy to work with. And as you see, the space between the rear of your vehicle and the carrier is wide open. So I would have zero concern if this was my vehicle about making contact with my carrier while it's in the stowaway position. It looks like we're about 5 inches away with the frame itself. And then the overall length is at, I'd say 14.5 inches, about, give or take. So super good as far as the clearance in the stowaway position. And as you see in the stowaway position, the destination carrier is pretty compact on the back of this vehicle. Even though it's a larger carrier, still goes up pretty tight to the rear. Your backup sensors on your lower bumper, they're gonna pick up your carrier. Your license plate and backup camera are gonna be obstructed slightly, but your tail lights for the most part are pretty clear. So if you keep that in mind when you have it on the back of your vehicle, that you have a little extra something hanging back, that would make it, keep it a little bit safer for you. Now, as far as in the folded away position, we're about 14.5 inches away from the bumper. And then the closest point to the vehicle, I would guess would be right here from the mast cradle. And that is 6 inches away. So I can throw my entire arm in here. I wouldn't feel anything about having this on the back of my Wagoneer L. It's not gonna make contact in the stowaway position. All right, and as you can see in the rear view mirror, your carrier is blocking a good chunk of your vision. However, you can see through it and take advantage of your rear view mirror or just looking over your shoulder like we did before we had these fancy backup cameras. So overall, the destination 4-bike carrier will help you get your bikes to whatever destination you're trying to get them to. I think it's a solid way to move 4 bikes, but there are a lot of knobs like we discussed as far as securing your bikes. But what that does for you, it allows you to secure it more firmly to the carrier. The Yakima Full Tilt is a hanging bike carrier that's available in 4 or 5 bikes. That'll give you a tilting feature this guy does not have, but your drawback is, like most hanging carriers, you're gonna have a lot more motion between the bikes, and it may require you to tie it down a little bit more to stabilize your bikes. So this has been a look at the Hollywood Rack's Destination 4-bike carrier on our 2023 Jeep Wagoneer L. Have a great day.